gentlemen, Shui here, bringing you a Smite video. This is my first Smite video, but I have been in love with this game, and I have been playing it like crazy and thinking about going competitive on it. But we'll talk about that later in a later video. But today I am here to bring you the start of a new series on my channel, which is going to be weekly free builds. Now, if you do not know, Smite, they give you 10 free characters a week that you can play, because if you have not bought the Founders Pack or the Gods Pack or whatever you want to call it, and they pretty much, you have to buy your characters in-game with in-game currency that you have to grind up. So they give you 10 free gods to play, and it changes every week. But today I'm going to be picking a certain god, and then I will be picking probably 2 a week, doing 2 videos that week on builds for those characters, and then pretty much changing it every single week, obviously. So today's, we are going to cover everybody that's actually available right now. You have Kabrakan, who is a Guardian, Chak, who is a Warrior, Ginyu, who is a Warrior, Hunbats, the Assassin, Neith, the Hunter, Ra, the Mage, Thor, the Assassins, the Blanc, the Hunter, Ymir, the Guardian, I want to say, and Zeus, the Mage. Now today we're going to be covering one of the gods that I think is really good and pretty simple to play to start off with, and that is Neith, the Hunter. Now we're going to jump right in real quick, and we're just going to cover her abilities to see what she does. You have Spirit Arrow. Neith fires a shot that passes through everything. Each enemy hit takes damage and is rooted. If the Spirit Arrow hits a broken weave, the weave detonates, dealing an additional 100% of the damage and applying the roots to all enemies in the area. Now this is really good due to the fact that it is pretty much a piercer is what it's called in MOBAs, and it's where it will shoot through minions and hit enemies. So it's really good. And before we dive into anything else, if you're gonna play Neith, you're probably gonna end up in top lane, long lane, whatever you want to call it, and you're pretty much going to be behind a tank. There's gonna be a tank in front of you, you're gonna be behind it, you're gonna be the ADC, you're gonna be clearing minion waves and poking the enemy gods. Now this is really good for that purpose, because you'll be damaging minions and also poking gods at the same time. So 2 birds 1 stone helps you out a lot. Now you have Unravel, where Neith neatly unravels the world's weaves, damaging all enemies in the target area, reducing their attack speed, and healing Neith for each enemy hit up to 3. All broken weaves in the area are removed, healing Neith an additional amount. This is really good due to the fact that it's an AoE, can be a poke, can be an AoE for a minion clear, and is also a self-heal at the same time. It's a really effective move. And you have Backflip. Neith backflips through the air, creating a broken weave as she leaps while damaging and slowing enemies in the area in front of her. Now this is really good. It's called a leap or a dash or whatever you want to call it. These are very useful in battle, especially for hunters, due to the fact that you're going to be slightly squishy. So if you get into a battle with 2 gods that are really big, if there's a bulky one and a high DPS and you're getting CC'd a lot, you just want to backflip out and get out of there and not even cut your losses, get out, don't die, don't feed the enemy team. So you want to use these mainly to get away. You don't want to use them as an intro. You don't want to turn around and backflip into the fight. You don't want to do that. You want to use it mainly to set up a broken weave or to evade from a very sticky situation. Then you have your ultimate, your super, whatever you want to call it, finisher. Neith charges up and fires an arrow across the world, seeking its target through obstacles. Enemy gods take damage and are stunned. The arrow can be fired quicker for diminished results. So pretty much you can just insta-shot it for baby damage if you have somebody that's super one-shot but about to help on fountain, whatever you want. The longer you charge it, the more damage it does, and it is a cross map. You can shoot it all the way across the map, from left to right, from fountain to fountain, wherever you want to shoot. As long as you have an aimer on them, you can get them and deal a crap ton of damage if you charge it. It's a really good finisher, even if it's not your fight to finish. Now her passive, or her personal buff, or whatever you want to call it, called a Broken Weave, appears at the last location that each enemy god dies. The Broken Weave gives her abilities secondary effects when used on the broken weaves. These weaves last for 1 minute, so like in the Spirit Arrow and Unravel, the secondary effects would happen if this little broken weave would be there. And when you see it in game, it's like a little circle that'll be emulating light, or whatever you want to call it, little ribbons are coming off of it. It's pretty cool, but that's pretty much what that is if you ever see those. Now let's go to the build. The ability build, as you can see up on the top, you will see that we leveled up Spirit Arrow as fast as we physically can, due to the fact that you're going to be a minion clearer. You're going to be clearing minions as fast as possible. We're actually just going to build this real quick, and just so you guys know exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to do Spirit Arrow, Unravel, Spirit Arrow, unravel, world weaver. Then you go spirit arrow, backflip, spirit arrow, world weaver. And then you go spirit arrow, unravel, ravel, world weaver, unravel, backflip, backflip, world weaver, backflip, backflip, world weaver. Now that's pretty much how you do it. You just level it up like that. And if you guys have any questions on why, it is spirit arrow is going to be your main move. You're going to poke hard, clear minions fast. Unravel, same thing. You're going to be poking with an AoE, clearing minions fast. Backflip at level 7, due to the fact that level 7 is around when people are going to start pressing you hard to get kills. So level 7, you're going to need a way to get out if you get in a sticky situation. And you always level up your ultimate whenever you have the option, because it is your most powerful move. Make sure it's on par. Now that's the lesson for the ability build. We're gonna go ahead and hop into item build. Now I can't actually show you what these do, but I'm gonna show you the pretty much where they go. And we're actually going to clear the items, and then I'm gonna go step by step and how to get to them and what you need to use them for. So you have Death's Toll, which gives you 15 physical power plus 90 health. Hitting an enemy with a basic attack restores 6 health and 1 mana. That's your starting item. That's the first thing you want to buy. Second thing you want to buy is you want to go down to your boots, and you want to buy the first part of it. And then pretty much it's just movement speed. That you always need movement speed, guys, always. And then your third, which I'm probably gonna get questioned a lot about, you want to go to greater meditation and buy meditation. Don't go any higher than just basic meditation. And using this item restores 75% of the owner's maximum mana and gives them 15 MP5 for 15 seconds. If you don't know what MP5 is, pretty much magic of recovery. And its cooldown is 120 seconds. So pretty much what you want to do is, the goal of this build is to keep you in lane and get you fed as fast as possible. So you have Death's Toll for health or life steal, so you don't have to buy potions. You have meditation for when your mana is almost out from poking gods and clearing waves, that you pop it to get 75% back. And then you also want to use Death's Toll to gain that little bit of mana back from each hit, and you want to use that to kind of sustain long enough for 120 seconds. Do a stay in lane for 2 more minutes, build meditations back up, pop it again, stay in as long as you physically can, until you get in like a huge fight, and then you have to recall. Now let's go to your core build, which the first item you always want to build up is going to be your boots. And we want to go with Ninja Tabby, because Warrior Tabby is just physical power. You still get the same movement speed but increased attack speed with Ninja Tabby, and then Reinforced Greaves just give you health and crowd control. We really don't need that much of, so we're going to be going with Ninja Tabby for the attack speed. And we are going to be hopping on. I'm kind of rushing through this a little bit, guys, I know, but I want to make sure it's kind of short. I don't want to make too long of a video. Secondly, in your core, you want to go with Devourer's Gauntlet. It gives you 25 physical power and 10% physical lifesteal. Passive is you permanently gain 0.4 physical power and 0.20 physical lifesteal per stack, and receive 5 stacks per god kill and 1 stack per minion kill. Cap out at 75 stacks. Do some math. You got some physical power, you got some physical lifesteal. Only lifesteal you really need on this character. So, and then your third and final core item is actually going to be Odysseus's Bow. It gives you plus 40% attack speed. Every 4th basic attack triggers a chain lightning, damaging the target and up to 4 enemies nearby for 30 damage plus 50% of your total physical power. Now this is really good for clearing minion waves, which you're probably going to be doing still by the time you reach your third. So you want to make sure that you buy that pretty fast, and if you stack up the abilities on both Devourer's Gauntlet and Odysseus's Bow, the chain lightning will then do more damage depending on the stacks you have on Devourer's Gauntlet. So we're actually going to go over to the damage build. Now I might catch some scat for this, but we are going to be using probably one of the most broken combos in the game, which is called Ragebringer, guys. 2 separate items called Ragebringer. Now you have Deathbringer and you have Rage. We'll start with Rage because it's the trigger man. You have 30 physical power and 30% critical strike chance. The passive, if your basic attack does not crit, your critical strike chance is increased by 10%. That can stack 5 times to increase it by 50%. Resets unsuccessful critical strike. So pretty much what this means is, since we're building attack speed, you're going to be hitting a lot with your basic attacks. You're a hunter, you're going to be smacking everything with your basic attacks. It's your most important move to be using all the time. Your actives or your powers or whatever you want to call them are just icing on the cake of being a hunter. So this being used with basic attacks, you just smack. Let's say you hit 5 times. That gives you an additional 50%. That makes you 80% likely to crit, no matter what. Just off Rage alone. We're going to throw that bad boy in here. And then we're going to be going with the big man Deathbringer. 50 physical power and 20% critical strike chance. Deathbringer. Critical strike damage is increased by 50%. So not only are you going to crit more often, you're going to be critting almost twice as hard. So you're pretty much going to be hitting like a freight train with your basic attack, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I definitely recommend using that. And then the final piece to this beautiful puzzle that we are building here is going to be Quinn's size. Now they give you plus 30 physical power and plus 15 attack speed. On basic attack hits, it deals damage, physical damage equal to 4% of target's maximum health. This only affects gods. Pretty much if you hit a guardian or a god that is down to 4% health with a basic attack, they're dead. Instantly. No argument, no nothing. If let's say they're a guardian and a big tank and their 4% of life is, we'll go with 900 damage, you're gonna hit for 900 damage every single time you hit them with Quinn's size. It's disgusting, it's amazing, and I love it. And not to mention you're going to be hitting a crit with this, so that increases the amount as well. And it stacks, and it gets really broken, and then it can trigger with chain lightning. And it's a really broken build, and you should just love it and embrace it and always want to be with it. So we're going to throw these all on build so you can look at the overall stats. We're rocking a solid 400 power, we're rocking a 2.5 attack speed, 100 lifesteal, 100 critical chance, 100 critical chance. Point that out, 100 critical chance. 325 from both physical and magical protection, 5,500 health, and 100 HP 5. You have 1,000 movement, 40 cooldown percentage, and 4,000 mana with 100 MP 5. That's a pretty solid recovery, and also just freight train smashing faces with a bow. It is that amazing, guys. It hits so hard, you kill so fast. I pretty much use an identical build on my Artemis, and kids cannot compete. They run up and I just freaking Mack truck them to the face, dude. They just get dieseled. It's amazing. But that's it for me, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you smash the hell out of that like button, guys. You already know it means a lot to me, man. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to Neith. It means a lot to me when I see that. It makes me want to go smash people in the face with this build. And that's what I'll do, and that's what you'll do. It'll be awesome. If you want to become part of the Shoe Crew, make sure you also hit that subscribe button. That also means even more to me than the like button, because that means you want to be part of my group, want to be part of my family, you know. Make sure you leave a comment down below if you guys have any other gods that you want me to do a build on. I will be more than happy to do so. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I will talk to y'all later. Peace!